Hello everyone, my name is Sam. I'm one of the directors of Provider Scale, and today, in collaboration with Get My Course, I'm bringing you the ultimate introductory guide on how to grow your NDIS business and predictably secure 3 to 5 participants every single month. So let's get right into it. So, a little bit about me first. I personally built and scaled multiple NDIS businesses from the ground up, including Enrichment Care and Support Match, both still operating today. Have directed companies like Breakthrough Health and Cora Care, which have now since been sold off to other providers. These days, I run Provider Scale, where I help NDIS providers grow by building systems that can consistently bring in new participants and allow them to sign them month after month. So, everything today that I'll be sharing isn't just a theory; it's what we actually do. So, before we can get right into these strategies, we need to understand one thing. How do traditional NDIS providers acquire participants? Once we know that, how the rest of the market operates, we can see exactly how we can differentiate ourselves and pull ahead from the market. So it comes down to two channels, organic and inorganic. So what is organic? Let's start with that. It comes down to two things. First, referrals from support coordinators, social workers, local area coordinators, and other providers. Most providers are almost entirely focused on support coordinators, so that's where the referral volume sits. Second is word of mouth, recommendations spreading through the NDI's community from participants, families, and friends. Now, organic is very powerful. It's the most effective and cost-effective way to secure participants. But here's the catch. It does take time. It takes time to build your network, time to nurture your brand, time to earn a reputation. And worst of all, it is very unpredictable. You never know when your next referral is coming. Next, let's talk about inorganic. This is marketing. There's three common plays. So Meta ads, Google ads, and SEO. Each one of these, in a different way, is to buy attention. But as we'll see, each one does also have a catch to it. So let's first start off with Meta ads, Instagram and Facebook. So this is where most providers go first, and where most of them get it wrong first as well. So they burn money on poorly made posts. You've seen them, it's a generic service offer slapped over a stock image. It doesn't work because families ain't going to hand over the care of a loved one to a provider they have never heard of, and especially off the back of a bland Facebook ad. Ask yourself that question, would you? Second, Google Ads. It's a lot more high intent, better quality leads, but it is expensive. And in the NDIS, your budget gets eaten alive by job seekers. There's a constant flood of support workers and just job applicants, Googling some providers looking for work, clicking on your ads and draining your spend. And that's a real problem and a very costly one. Third, SEO, search engine optimization in plain terms. It's how you get Google to recommend your website higher on its search results. By optimizing around the keywords that Google rewards, it brings high intent leads, but it takes time for Google to trust you. And you're often waiting months before you can rank at all. So here's the truth about all these. Inorganic channels are great for brand awareness, but remember this number. It takes 8 to 12 meaningful touch points to build the trust needed to sign a participant. A single ad almost never does that. And this is the mistake nearly everyone makes. They make one touch, nothing happens, and they assume it doesn't work. And it's not that it didn't work, they just stopped at one touch point. So now here's the opportunity. The NDIS is a young market, just over a decade old, and it shows. Most providers are generic, traditional, and stuck in old habits, often run by people with no business experience or marketing backgrounds, using outdated methods to run a modern day business. Which means that there are huge gaps that other industries have closed decades ago. And that's a good thing. And that's good news for us. Because providers who move first are the ones who actually innovate and are the ones who race ahead. Right now, almost everyone's surviving on referrals alone, constantly begging for them. But it works, but it's overused and it's unpredictable. So what do you actually need? You need predictability, a system that can deliver participants on repeat. So here's the shift. Lead with value. Instead of a me approach, constantly begging and chasing through ads, emails, and cold calls, you flip it. You break the ice by giving first. You provide genuine value for free before they have even paid a single cent. Because people are far more inclined to work with you the more useful you are to them. So, what does leading with value actually look like? So, three things. One, useful guides that speak directly to their pain points. Things that they genuinely can't find anywhere else, not generic junk from a 30-second Google search. Two, free tools that can make their lives easier. NDIS budget management system, ready to use participant templates. Three, free service. Not a sales call disguised as free consultation, but actual value. Like a proper NDIS plan breakdown, a personalized roadmap. And in exchange, you do get two things. You break the ice and you take one real first step into that relationship. And you can capture the best form of contact and you can keep nurturing the relationship from there. Because here's the secret. Money isn't in the first touch point. It's in the follow-up. So, so let's build it. The follow-up system. The engine that turns one piece of free value into a signed participant, while chasing without begging. So remember the number, 8 to 12 touch points? That's the trust threshold. The follow-up isn't chasing, it's nurturing. It's not sign up, sign up, sign up. It's here's something else that might help you. Again and again until you're not a stranger anymore and that you are someone that they actually trust. So, and here's the most part almost everyone gets wrong. Follow-up is not about information, it's about emotion. Families don't trust a provider based on facts, they choose based on how you make them feel. So safe, understood, heard, supported, calm, and clear. And they pull away the moment they feel the opposite. Rushed, pressured, judged, confused, and just another number in someone's sales pipeline. So every touch point in your follow-up has to do one job. It has to create safety, safety first, support second, and signing them comes last. So let me show you what it looks like in practice. So slow is the whole game. Fast talking creates pressure, slow talking creates safety. So your emails are warm, your message is calm, your voice is unhurried and free of jargon. And you ask more than you tell. Because questions build trust, listening builds certainty. Ask the four human questions. What made you reach out? How have things been going lately? What's been the hardest part for you recently? And if we sorted things out properly, what will actually change for you? Those four will sign more participants than any script ever written. Because it's all about you, it's about them. Whatever you tell them, you validate it. That makes complete sense. You're not the only one feeling like this. Validation melts resistance. And when trust is there, you don't pitch, you invite. A simple, calm meet and greet, that's not selling, that's emotional leadership. So now you got the engine, but the engine needs fuel. A steady flow of new people landing into your free value in the first place. Which brings us to the biggest question of them all in 2026. How do people actually find you? So for the last 20 years, the answer has been one thing, search. You type a question on Google, you get a page full of blue links, and the way providers fought for these links was SEO. And SEO does work, but everyone's already doing it. Every provider, every agency, every directory, all fighting over the same keywords in the same crowded page. It takes months or years for Google to even trust you. SEO isn't dead, but it's light. Now here's a shift almost no provider has spotted. People ain't typing keywords in anymore. They're asking AI. And AI doesn't handpick the 10 blue links. They give one answer, often name a specific provider. So if search is used about ranking on a page, the new game is about being the answer. And the game has a name and it's called AEO. So Answer Engine Optimization, getting recommended by ChatGPT, Gemini, and Google AI overviews. And here's why it matters more than anything I have said so far. SEO is crowded, AEO is empty. Almost no provider is optimizing for it. The answer engines are still forming their opinions, still deciding who to trust, who to name, and who to recommend. And right now, the space is open wide, so this creates a first mover advantage. The same ones that early SEO players had almost 15 years ago, but except this time, you'll be the early ones. In a young generic market where most providers are still arguing over Facebook ads, the providers who move first onto AEO will be the default answer. And the default answer is almost impossible to displace. So, how do you actually become the answer? Five things. You create question-led content. Write for real questions families and coordinators will ask, not keywords. Two, answer fast and answer first. Give the clean answer um right at the top, then explain. Three, structure it so a machine can read it. Clear headlines, Q&A formats, short factual statements. Four, build authority everywhere. Reviews, directories, consistent mentions, and other reputable sites. Five, be specific and be local. Support coordination for autism in Bankstown beats NDIS provider every single time. And here's the part that ties everything together. The same free value you build in your follow-up system is exactly what AEO feeds on. So you're not doing two jobs, you're doing one asset that is working twice. So now here's the catch. Everything I've showed you, lead generation, follow-up, the relationships with coordinators and family, none of these work in isolation. Run it across a dozen different disconnected platforms and tools, and things slip through the cracks. A hot lead goes cold, a follow-up never gets sent, a coordinator you haven't spoken to in 2 months quietly starts sending their referral somewhere else. So what you actually need is one system that brings everything together. Lead management, follow-ups, staffing, rostering, compliance, and your relationship manager in a single view in your entire operation. And more than that, it needs to tell you when to act, notify you on key events that matter, and prompt you exactly when to follow up on your most important prospects. The participant weighing on you, the family who needs reassurance, the coordinator who is holding on to the next 10 referrals. So nothing slips, nothing goes cold, and you always know when's your next move. So and now here's the good news. The system already exists. We have already built it. It's exactly how we run provider scale. We call it CarePilot, the operating system that we use to run our very own NDIS businesses. Growth, operation, management, compliance, all in one place with over 40 tools built specifically for NDIS providers. Lead pipelines, worker matching, rostering, invoicing, case notes, incident registers, and audit readiness. The entire stack most providers cobble together with half a dozen paid subscriptions. It replaces it around 1,800 a month in software. And we're giving it away completely for free, forever, no credit card, no trial, no catch. So why do you ask? Why do we give this out for free? Because it's the exact philosophy we have taught you all session. We lead with value, we give first. So you can grab it right now at providerscale.com.au/carepilot. So if you do want to go further and you want us to build your very own growth system, the complete machine that brings in 3 to 5 participants through your door every single month, then here's the next step. You can book a free NDIS 2026 strategy meeting with our team today, and we'll map up exactly where your participant acquisition is leaking, where the opportunities are, and how to put the whole system to work for you. Remember, the providers who move first are the ones who race ahead. So don't wait to book your strategy meeting and let's build your growth system today. Thank you.